Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the review of Fahrenheit 451, starring Micheal B. Jordan, Ambitious Ace.
Damn Diddy.
Yeah, man. So, not too long after, we get Killmonger, I guess we get Montag.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about Micheal B. Jordan in Fahrenheit 451?
Well, I thought he did a good job with the material that I guess he was presented.
Right.
For the most part, you can just give somebody a couple, like two, maybe one, two, maybe three liners about the movie and just save them an hour and 40-something minutes.
45.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're just a fan of Micheal B. Jordan, he did a good job. He made me believe that he was a firefighter. Mm-hmm. He seemed like he was really driving the truck, even though they never show him driving it.
Word. Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, like I said, he killed his section of the role. And he showed being conflicted. Him having to lie, like it looked like he was telling the truth and everything. So he was pretty believable, man. How did you feel about it?
I thought he did really well, especially coming off the whole fireman mantra thing, where the chant they had, believing you, like they really was like this like ragtag group of people that believed in this cause. Every scene they got out, going to burn the books and everything, you can tell that, like, he was really the ringleader of this crew. And, but at the same time, I thought he did a good job portraying his conflictions with everything that happened, in the movie, as far as, he's wondering about what the true, like, story behind the fireman was. Like, he was just like, did Ben Franklin really start this or whatever, and things like that. And just the whole thing of him being curious. I thought it was a real nice touch to how he just brought a sensitivity to the role of his character, who was to the masses known as just this ruthless ragtag fireman and everything like that. How'd you feel about Michael Shannon's performance as Captain Beatty?
I mean, it was believable. I like the fact that, from time to time, it looked like he was taking, like, cigarette paper and, like, writing small notes on it, because I guess he wasn't really supposed to, because he burned it after.
They kind of made books and pens like they were just illegal to even use. Kind of like, you can't even write your thoughts down or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it seemed like everything that you typed or everything, that's something that would be guarded. So everything that you write would have to be, like, written or typed down on a computer. So you really didn't have freedom of speech, really, so per se.
I mean, for the most part, he did his thing. The time he really pissed me off, obviously, was when he was talking about Tom.
About the book,
Uncle Ben's cabin.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "You motherfucker!" Like,
just to see that he really couldn't say nothing back to him, like, because he really didn't know, like, probably the weight behind that word. So he just kind of looked at him like, "Oh, okay." I'm just like, yo, he just, for real. But yeah, I thought his performance was it started off as kind of like you're curious about why he's so interested in the books as well, because it seems like he was kind of interested in it. Is that the dog?
Yes. Unfortunately.
He playing around?
Yeah, we got him this toy. It keeps him occupied and stops him from fucking with shit, but not right now.
Not right now, bruh.
I knew that was going to become a problem when we recorded.
He's like, everybody too quiet. I got to make some noise.
Do you remember what you were saying?
Yeah, I was talking about Michael Shannon. I'll just start it over.
You said he was on the stairs?
Yes, that's why we heard.
That's Alicia.
Oh. So we go eat. Because I said, take your toy and I'll feed you instead.
All right. But yeah, Michael Shannon, I thought, at first his character kind of came off as, like, intriguing, because it seemed like he was battling with the confliction of, being interested in what the book. It seemed like he memorized some books himself, because, every time he was writing quotables down and everything like that. But towards the end of the film, it kind of just got like, what was the point of showing him like this if he was going to be down with the fireman cause anyway. So
I'm pretty sure that was one of those things that if you read the book, you
yeah,
get it 100%,
and I
and
think
it didn't make it into the adaptation.
and usually I don't complain that much about films from based on novels, but I think this is probably one that would have benefited me from knowing the novel. Because I haven't looked up any reviews of the film yet myself, like, see what critics are saying about it.
Now, fuck what they say, what we say.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if critics of the novels, like people who read the novels, what are they saying about the film? And I'm kind of thinking it probably going to be like they left out a lot of stuff. Because I don't think there was a lot of details to actually give him like the kind of motivation that he had in the film to even tell. It was just kind of dry. What did you feel about what's her name? Sophia Boutella, I'm gonna say her name is, who starred as Clarice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like her character was somewhat empty.
Yeah.
Like, just because, I mean, when we meet her, she's questioning him, and she kind of challenges him to kind of look further, look deeper.
Mm-hmm.
She shows him the harmonica, and it looked like they was having a moment.
Right.
And then, it just kind of just never happened.
Yeah.
And, she's at the farm, and she was supposed to be remembering a book, but it was a book he happened to burn. And
yeah.
I just felt like it was just disjointed, and they didn't really flesh out her character all the way.
How did you feel? Like, what I didn't really understand is, was her purpose to be snitching on like people that had books?
I'm assuming that she was snitching on people that had books to try to get her sentence lowered, but she was trying to do it in a way that actually wouldn't get people caught.
Okay.
So, like, that's why.
Because I didn't know if that benefited the whole group. Like, did they know that she just run away and start doing this stuff?
Because the cop, Beatty even said, what would they do if they knew?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't think so. Like, I feel like that's something where it's more details left out.
Right.
For the adaptation, they didn't want to keep the movie too long. I just feel like if you're gonna do something based on a book, sometimes you just gotta go for the extra time just to do it justice. But yeah, I don't feel like they fleshed her character out all the way. It was a lot of details missing from like her character, her motivation, and because it's like you said, she's snitching. And it's obvious she's doing it to get her sentence lowered, but then she's hanging out with the other group for what?
Yeah.
Like, she's trying to save books,
Well, I kind of felt like, one thing this film did kind of capture was the feel of a world that's being controlled, with the whole, I remember the name was the Yuki. Yeah, the Yuxi. The whole Yuxi system, and they call the internet the Nine and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of interesting to how, everything is displayed on a big old Jumbotron type of screen on type of buildings and everything. And it kind of really gave me a feel of the, controlled type of world. But I wish they would have showed more like perspective of the population other than just the skyline, that one block.
I mean,
where everybody
they show like the thumbs and the emojis.
Well, I'm just saying, like, give us another perspective. Like, we kept on seeing the skyline, the Facebook Live type of feature thing. And I kind of wanted to see like just more areas that were populated. Like, we got like 2 or 3 glimpses, including his house, and towards the end of the film. And if they could have just did a little bit more to show how the world is really acting, it could have made it feel a little more alive. Because the film kind of felt like dense in a sense. Like, we didn't really get to feel like this is a overpopulated, controlled, place. But other than that, I think they did capture the feeling of, especially when he went home every time telling Yuxi I forget what he said, shut down, go dark, yeah, and everything like that. It was kind of creepy, but it was still listening, even though it went dark and everything like that. But I think they captured that essence very well. But by the time the film wrapped up, were you like satisfied? Because I wasn't. Like, I was just kind of like, meh.
I didn't like the ending. Yeah. I felt like I've seen that ending before in multiple movies. Like you said, I feel like the whole point of the book in the movie was probably just to encourage people to continue to read.
Right.
Because people don't read anymore because, like, when we were growing up, it was considered to be like the nerdy thing to do. It wasn't cool. And now you have people that have a phone in their pocket that's stronger than like all the computers that launch NASA into outer space, and nobody actually looks up anything.
Right.
Like, how often do you have somebody walk up to you and ask you a question that they simply could have just Googled?
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, conversation with people is good. You know, you don't want to be antisocial and just look up everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you need to debate and stuff like that. But I get it. Don't give up books. Don't give up knowledge, because, you know, it's okay to have difference of opinions and everything like that. And that's pretty much what the movie is. Like, I honestly don't feel like you needed to watch it. I mean, I definitely wouldn't tell you to get an HBO subscription. I love Michael B. Jordan, but I don't feel like this movie was like.
He definitely made it work for him, though.
It might have been one of his worst movies overall, though. Not because of what he did in it, just because the movie after it was over with, I was just like, well, I won't be watching that again.
Exactly. Yeah. So what would you give it?
Man, I get his joint a D. It needed work because they cut it. It was too short. Yeah. Too little details. He killed everything he brought to the table. You know, I feel like all the actors did what they could with what they were given. Yeah. But I just feel like it was too much left out and not enough explanation about a couple things that it just the story felt hollow. The environments felt hollow. You know.
Yeah, I gave it a D+, just solely on, you know, the performance of Michael B. Jordan and the idea of the world. It just wasn't fleshed out enough for me to actually be engrossed in the story and everything like that.
Super facts.
Yeah. All right, let us know what you thought about the movie. You know, did you enjoy it? Did you agree with any of our opinions on it? And just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.